Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here back at the number 3. Looking to hopefully pull some of the iron rails out and up to the coal mine. Excuse me. Uh-oh. There we are, running out of wood again. Turned on the light. Too cramped back here. Alright, let's get that packed in there. Be interesting to see if it's actually going to be able to haul us out of here. We did break off a few of the cars, so down to just 6. Didn't think it'd turn around and do 8, that's for sure. I don't even know if it'll do 6. It's going to be pretty heavy for a class 48, so we'll just have to see. As you can see, I have the rest of the train just kind of sitting here off to the side, and we can pick it up on the return run. Will be the plan there. Don't need to actually slam it through all the twists here. I forgot about those. Once we get the train through that, then we can actually kind of get on it. Alright. And as soon as we hit that turn up there, we'll just give it everything it's got and hope this works. Maybe hitting a whistle will give us a little more power. Oh, come on. Come on. Keep chugging. Keep going. It's so close to making it. Alright, and I think the grade lightens up on the turn here. Yep. Starting to come back to life. Wow, it made it. Alright, so there we go. That's it. Still, that whistle is flat. We need some more body into that whistle, but there we go. So we can do 6 as long as they're the new lightweight, you know, cane cars or Craig cars, whatever you want to call them. The little flats, it can do 6 of them. And 4 apiece, so, you know, not too bad. At least we'll get a chance to haul a few more rail trains. You know, it's one of those ones where you don't have to deliver a lot of it, so actually having it broke up into a few smaller trains, nothing wrong with that. I was just gonna have to run it around the sawmill because there's no way I'm running the train in reverse all the way out there, so just gonna wing it out around the sawmill quick wrap around and run back. It's just going to be the solution on the track. Keeps the rail, you know, connection and stuff that I got to do down to a minimum. And well, granted, it's a little longer run. Having to zip out here, I don't really mind it. I mean, it's, you know, we're running trains. It's what we're doing. Hopefully everything is set up just to loop this right back. Should be. We're doing wood, so just gotta keep an eye on the switches. don't know if we can see that one over there. Yep, sure can. We're good. Great. Green light all the way around. Moving through the yard. More like docking area. It's not really a yard. No real yard here. And hammer down. Now we should be good to go. Get that out and around and running. The track's starting to come together now. We gotta start looking towards the other side. So the ironworks will be coming up rather quick now. Now it's just about starting to get some coal built up. This will start the coal mine, as these will be the first rails to actually get out there. So once we get this out there, then we can turn towards the ironworks and start thinking about moving some of that coal on down the line. Good news is at this point now we'll start making some money, so we will be grabbing a few bigger locomotives. We might grab a bigger locomotive just for pulling like these cars up out of the smelter, because it could pull them like up to here, and another loco could grab it and pull it out that way. Uh-oh. Stop this thing right now. That was the one switch. Forgot to flip. At least we saw it early. That's the advantage of having this one back here, is that you can get it nice as, you know, it's easy to get it stopped before you start going down the hill. You get the switch too close to the hill, and before you realize that you're going down the hill, and there ain't a lot of stopping it. Been there before. This train, like on that middle track going down to the smelter, there's no stopping this train once it's on it. Doesn't matter if it's loaded or if it's empty or what it is. Once you get onto this, the white rail or the DNR-GW bridge, once you get onto that thing, you're going down into the smelter. It doesn't really matter whether you want to or you don't want to. Not when you're going down there. But that's a pretty direct line. That's why I'm thinking about picking up a climax or something just to run that hill. Just it would be able to pull rails out of there. And if nothing else, it would be able to push the cordwood train out of there. So I don't know, it might just turn around and get like the climax. Been kind of debating between the high or the climax. The climax has been fixed, so it'd be an opportunity to actually have a climax for a good reason and for a change. I've never really ran climaxes just because they've always, you know, had that wheel spin problem. Now that that's been fixed, it would be a nice opportunity to actually have one on the rail. Good look down at the smelter. Good looking train shot there. I do have to say this run came out fairly, you know, decent. Didn't run it too close to the hills. Could have ran it a little closer to the hills, a little tighter and a little lower maybe, but overall, I'm pretty happy. I don't think anything's too super unrealistically feasible. Who knows? Great views from up here that you get. That's the one thing. Definitely don't need that. There we go. RailRoads. Short little train, but sometimes that's what they had to run in the mountains too, so I don't find that to be unrealistic. Not that, I mean, you know, I don't know, but I've heard they used to run some pretty small trains when needed. Apparently there's been cases where they've run multiple locomotives effectively just to run a car or two, so you know, I guess they did what they had to when they had to. And for now, we're definitely not pulling any more out of there. I suppose we can, we can break it apart at the top of the hill, I suppose, and grab more. It's just too big a pain in the butt. It's not worth it. I figure run what's convenient. Can do with one of the bigger locomotives, we might be able to throw it back on here and just continue to run mixed loads and run all types of different cars. So I don't know, at this point I'm thinking now we're gonna lean towards picking up a bigger locomotive. Not sure which one yet, but definitely going a little bigger just so we can run maybe a few bigger trains and keep running the mixed stuff. I do like having the multiple stops with the same train. That was kind of fun, running the route that the 48 had been running with the two different types of cars. At least it seemed like everywhere we went there was something you could pick up and pass on to the next load or next drop off, excuse me. And there's always the depot to throw in there for dropping stuff off too, so I kind of want to get back to doing more of that, but we need a little bigger locomotive to do it. The 48's just not going to get it done. I mean, as you can see, it's maxed out right here, which is okay for a unit train through the mountains, but it's not going to get a mixed train done. It just doesn't have the extra room, so got to go for something with a little more grunt. I am a big fan of the Ruby Basin, so maybe we'll go that route and just kind of stick with the tank engines. Montezuma is the only tender on the rail, so may just go with Montezuma, or not Montezuma, Ruby Basin, excuse me. Sorry, Montezuma. I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon, I'll tell you that. That's probably my favorite small locomotive, if I had to be honest. Out of the starting or small, you know, tier 1, tier 2 locos, whatever it is, it's probably my favorite one. It's just a proper looking little train. Nothing wrong with Betsy or the Porter Type 2 either. The Shay's too slow for my liking. Not that I think there's anything wrong with the Shay, and it looks great. It just is, you know, it's like watching grass grow. It's good for screenshots if you want to run ahead of your locomotive. But otherwise, it's pretty hard to deal with the speed of that thing, if you ask me. Don't get too much opportunity to run this Shay. Could maybe stick it on logs on this one. But then that's what Montezuma's doing, and don't really have much other use for Montezuma, so. Do you like the way this track came out? Gentle curves. All except that one part right back there that you get jank, but you can still run through it as, you know, top. It's just, that's where it gets tight if you're going to run along that ridge. This is one of the easier places to just lay track, if you ask me. Kind of all flows in there. It's a long run, but it flows together pretty smooth and easy. It gives you some great looks at RailRoads online. There we go. I don't really need to control much in here. Although that being said, we are about hitting the downhill portion, but I don't think anything's too. We shouldn't really run into a speed problem here or anything. This is all real gentle, maybe 1.5%, 0.5% grade, stuff like that. This is really just pretty mellow to transition down. One of the favorite parts of the run right there. That old track up there, I think, is really super nice. It's one of the funnest places to lay track in the game, if you ask me. But, you know, one of our longer runs, which we just don't have a lot of. Most of the time, we're actually stuck kind of doing more twisty, turny, short run, get it done kind of thing. So this is kind of nice because you have some actual open space and some place to go. Optional ways to run down through there. Definitely been getting a lot of use out of the Class 48 on this one, though. That is disturbing how it flicks in and out as it goes over the truss bridge like that. The game always has been a little weird when the trees and stuff go in between you and the camera. I know the snowplow used to make them like throw tons of snow. Just weird. The other waterfall we never really get over too much. Barely ever even see it off in the distance. Kind of weird that it's there. I am actually kind of surprised that it pulled all 60 of these out of there. I would not have been shocked if I had to cut one or two of them loose coming up that hill, but then it barely got up that hill. Let's be real, that thing was absolutely, it was creeping. It almost did not make it. one more car idling that would have done it. So that was actually about the limit, I think, for the 48. The 4% grade, once you get over 3% grade, it really does start biting into the tractive effort of the train a lot, or the locomotive. It takes a whole lot more to pull up those kind of grades. That's for sure. 2.5%, 3% trains still rip along pretty good. You know, once you get to 4 and beyond, it starts to become much more of a question mark as to what they'll do. Some of them are okay over that, and some of them just totally burnt. That's it. They just don't have enough to do it. But the way I look at it, like even those small logos on flat stuff can pull huge loads, so it's really just about how steep you want to take your track versus which loco you need, you know? If you kept it all on a low grade, you could run the whole thing with Betsy for that, man. Longer runs and lower grades. Sometimes it's fun just to shoot up and down the hills with steep grades, I guess. Alright, probably better get into some sort of control mode here in case we gotta do something. Probably shouldn't just absolutely blitz through there. It actually came out a nice smooth transition through the horseshoe curve there, that I've always called it. Get more wibble wobble right there. Not that we're having too much of a problem. Just easing around the last turns. No point in having some sort of problem at this point. No, we are rolling into dock. Probably just about get the whole thing there. We probably don't even need to unload on the roll with this train. At least this one will give us some money. These at least start to pay okay. Not great, but whatever. Give us 4K just about. So that's cool. And more importantly, that one's gonna get the coal mine working. So there we go. Now we need more beams and more rails. We're gonna need everything up here yet. So that's cool. We have a few more loads we can get up here, and that should make us the rest of the money for a new loco. Actually, we'll get this one stopped. There we are. Call it a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.